29. One of the most celebrated casts in IROC history took the Daytona stage together for Act 1. And with $1 million prize on the line, the script was rewritten several times.
11 of the 12 positions changed on that lap.
Pow! Kinzer beat Kenseth.
I love this package on these cars.
Look where Mark Martin is headed.
They're 3x3, 4 wide right there. Oh, we got contact right there through the trial. The whole top 5 is bump drafted down the backstrip. Oh, here we go.
Lasosky, Lasosky, Pruitt hard in the wall. In a command performance, 4-time Crown Royal IROC champ, the NASCAR Nextel Cup star Mark Martin got the biggest reviews. This savvy pass with only 4 laps remaining vaulted into victory lane and a coveted place in the record book as the all-time IROC race winner. But there are still 3 more acts to go, complete with a plot twist. Martin starts last. 2004 IROC Texas winner Danny Lasosky wants equal billing. And on the pole, again, Champ Car's Sebastian Bourdais. $1 million. And only 1 star will open the vault. The second round of Crown Royal IROC 29 is moments away on Speed. Speed Channel welcomes you to Texas Motor Speedway for round 2 of Crown Royal IROC 29. Nice Friday night crowd on hand to see 12 identically prepared race cars driven by some of the world's best go at it around this tough 1.5-mile quad oval that is one of the fastest in all of NASCAR. Hi everybody, I'm Mike Joy. This track has been known for its surprises, like Danny Lasosky's wire-to-wire win here last year. And this certainly is a series known for its surprises. Mark Martin coming out of the pack to win in Daytona and establish himself as the man to beat. But the last shall be first as we come here to Texas. Sebastian Bourdais starts this race from the pole, and Mark Martin will start scratch on the field. Matt Yoakum gets to interview both ends of the starting lineup.
Mike, it was indeed a record-breaking race back in Daytona as Mark Martin became the series all-time win leader. Now you've got another challenge. Your first IROC win here at Texas.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy starting here in the back with all these guys. You know, they're awesome drivers. It's good to see Sebastian and Max Pappas and these guys back here at the racetrack. You know, I really enjoy getting a chance to spend a little time with them.
You said it was more pressure than fun coming back. Now that you have a chance to look back on it, is it a special record now, the Daytona win?
You know, that was good. That was fun and all, but, you know, we still have some unfinished business, and it really, you know, really means a lot to me to have a good one this year. So the only way I get invited back is if I win this championship or the Cup championship. So we've got to make it count.
Now he's going to be starting back on the back row. You're on the front row against Sebastian Bourdais. What did you learn from Daytona?
I learned that it's not good to have too much understeer, and I learned how to crash. Not by myself, but no, it was quite enjoyable. It's just too bad it came short 3 laps, but yeah, what can we do about it? That's a full stock car experience.
And everybody tells you have the best place to start to go to victory lane here at Texas.
Yeah, I might have lost the championship at the first round, but maybe I can try and do something good here. If I can make it stick to the bottom, maybe it's going to be tough to go around, so we'll see that very soon now.
Congratulations on Long Beach.
Thank you.
He comes into Texas on a high from winning a Long Beach, and he's hoping to score his first IROC victory, Mike, from the front row, just like Danny Lasosky did last year.
Thanks, Matt. There are 3 racing Wallace brothers, Rusty, Mike, and Kenny. But, well, okay.
You're Mike.
Right name, 2 out of 3. Rusty's an IROC champion. You've been in this series 9 times. Every sanctioning body wants parity, equality. But isn't that what every driver tries to avoid?
Well, every driver always wants to think they got the best car. Every driver thinks that when they're in IROC, they might have a little less horsepower than another guy. They can't ever understand why they're running slower than another guy. But Jay Signori and his group of guys down there do a wonderful job preparing these cars. Now, look, I've won IROC several times. Let me tell you, it's all about handling. It's all about getting to the front. It's all about getting that track position.
Bump drafting?
A lot of bump drafting. Anybody tells you it's not going to happen, trust me. There's going to be some bump drafting going on tonight.
Kenny Wallace has 9 NASCAR Busch Series wins. almost a championship in that series and helped call that great finish at Daytona for us on Speed.
Yeah, what a race at Daytona. But at Texas, I think what's going to be really important is on lap 47, there's going to be a caution. That means that anybody in the back of the starting field has to really race hard to get up there, because on lap 47, it's a do-over for everybody. All new tires, and then they go at it again. So even though this is not a bump drafting type of place, there was a big wreck on lap 3 here last year.
Let's go trackside once again. Matt Yoakum.
Now, when you think back to Daytona, you think a lot about bump drafting, and you two worked a lot together.
That's right. We were right there. He was in front. I was in the back. I was just waiting for opportunity. I don't know if I would do good in this opportunity, but I was waiting for something to happen.
Now, he's not going to be near you. Are you guys going to try to work together later in the race, or is this race going to be a lot more like last year or more like Daytona?
Well, I don't know. There's only 12 of us, so none of us are very far apart, really. And I hope it's not like last year, because I only made it one lap before we crashed. And it's not going to be really like Daytona. I don't think there'll be a lot of bump drafting in effect. But you can run pretty close to wide open here, and I think the cars will be pretty close together. And hopefully put on some passing and put on a good race.
Now, you're looking at the points, trying to win back-to-back championships. You're better off right now than you were last year. Do you like how things are starting to shape up?
I don't know. We've only ran one race, but Helio, we had a lot of fun the last race. He bumped drafted with me the whole race and stayed right on me, and I wrecked, and I wrecked third gear, and we lost it on the last restart, so we didn't have any third gear. So I felt good about Daytona. We led a bunch of laps and just didn't get to pull off the win. But it's fun racing here with all these guys, and it's cool Mark's back in it, and anybody can win tonight, so it's going to be exciting.
Now, when you talk about Mark Martin, you were trying to get him to tutor you a little bit. What advice did he give you?
Well, he told me what I wasn't expecting. He said, okay, we should change the carburetor. I'm like, I'm not a mechanic. I can't do anything about it. But
you're not allowed to even touch the car.
Exactly. I was like, if they change my carburetor, I would be very happy. But, I mean, these guys, they're awesome, and they know all the tricks. And I'm just going to try to do my best here. And hopefully this weather, which looks like cool down a lot, is going to help our car to stick to the ground, and hopefully we pass everyone.
He hopes to go to victory lane.
Climb the fence.
And climb the fence, which is a hallmark of his victories. But, Rusty, it sounds like your friends are where you find them.
They really are. Trust me, there's no friends out there. These guys are really nice to each other in that pit road, but when they get in that race, buddy, all heck's going to break loose, especially that last segment.
And what does it turn from help me, to I'm going to beat you?
Well, you know, that's what it's all about. Now, one thing I like about the IROC series is, like Mark Martin, he really respects these guys. You know, Max Pappas, Sebastian Bourdais, you know, they like seeing those guys, but they don't like seeing them in their way, and they'll move them if they have to, guys.
They will move, that's right.
It'll be fun and it'll be fast here at Texas Motor Speedway. What have you done lately? Well, Scott Pruitt's won a Grand Am race, Bobby Hamilton the Daytona truck win, Mark Martin 2 Busch Series wins since Daytona. Martin Truex Jr. on the road course in Mexico. Steve Kinser 2 World of Outlaw wins, and Sebastian Bourdais last week the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. And now they square off 12 of them on the 1.5-mile Texas Motor Speedway in Crown Royal IROC 29, round 2.
Pacing is everything, especially when drinking. Crown Royal.
Parts, give me parts. At AutoZone, I can find the right part. Parts, give me parts.
AutoZone for the parts you need to do the job right.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Introducing Roundup Extended Control. It kills tough weeds fast, and now it also prevents. Just spray wherever you don't want weeds, and you won't get weeds for up to 1, 2, 3 full months. New Roundup Extended Control. Weeds have met their match.
Were you in a major accident? Are you a lemon? You smell like a lemon.
Don't buy a used car without a Carfax history report. Now with the buyback guarantee. For details, ask your dealer or go to Carfax.com.
whole new light. A full line of Star motorcycles. For a limited time, get special financing on any Star motorcycle.
The Crown Royal IROC Series from Texas Motor Speedway is presented by Crown Royal. Be a champion, drink responsibly. Squadron of F-16s from Fort Smith Air Force Base. And there are the pilots. Thanks for being part of our pre-race ceremonies. Those, by the way, are all identically prepared.
I could believe that in those.
Good thing. Here's the starting lineup for tonight's round 2. Sebastian Bourdais from Champ Car and Steve Kinzer. The King of the Outlaws have the front row. Scott Pruitt from the Rolex Sports Car Series, Grand Am, and Nextel Cup champ Kurt Busch, row 2. Helio Castroneves from IndyCar, and from the World of Outlaws, Danny Lasowski in row 3. Max Pappas, Rolex Sports Car co-champ, and Buddy Rice from IndyCar. Matt Kenseth from Nextel Cup, and Bobby Hamilton, champion of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Row 5, Martin Truex Jr., the reigning NASCAR Busch champion, and Mark Martin, the all-time IROC race winner from Nextel Cup, starting out back.
You know, one thing I really like about that lineup is you see a diverse bunch of drivers there, but remember, it was a dirt racer. You know, Danny the Dude Lasowski that won this race last time, so you never know.
Let's take you back to 1994, Rusty. That car in Mark Martin's rear view for the win. That pink car, that's you.
That was me, huh? How about that? I didn't know that. That was an exciting race. I'll tell you, we had a great year that year, and Mark's been so good in these cars the whole time. It's just amazing.
1996, 2 wins and his second championship. 1997, 2 wins and a third IROC title. And in 1998, the inaugural IROC at Indy. Checkered flag, 11 wins, and ties Dale Earnhardt with 4 IROC championships. These drivers like to have a lot of fun with each other. Mad Max Pappas, put a piece of tape. It says on the left, new IROC rules for Mark. Go slow, drive carefully, think of your kids, let Max win.
I think that's a fair rule.
We'll see.
And Mark probably said, well, thanks a lot, Max, but I just can't let you win right now.
There's Pappas in the number 16.
The lineup's going to be exciting here with the Cup guys in the back. You got Kinzer up in the front. It's going to be amazing.
The farthest forward in the field of any of the NASCAR drivers is Kurt Busch, who will start 4th, Matt.
Mike, like so many drivers, they have routines when they climb into the race car. Kurt Busch climbed into his IROC car, went to reach for his helmet, and it wasn't there. See, Kurt practiced on Tuesday. He has a special bag just for IROC with a helmet, a Hans, and a fire suit. He had planned on practicing Wednesday, but then he called that off. He left his bag back in his motor coach. So he had to have someone run back to his motor coach, grab the helmet, brought it out. Well, then they realized he didn't have his Hans device. Had to run back at the Hans device. So he suited up quickly inside that car. But Rusty, you know, certain drivers have certain routines, and do you think this may mess him up a little bit as far as focus?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it might have messed him up sitting on the grid, getting all real concerned. I'm sure there was a lot of action happening, but the guy really got messed up as a fella had to run back to the motor coach and run all the way back. He was one that was wore out, trust me.
Our Crown Royal IROC ride-along program is with Mark Martin tonight, starting 12th as the sun dips low in the west. Bobby Hamilton clearing his throat there in the number 4. The Dude, Danny Lasowski, who wired this race last year, leading from green to checker. And always exciting, Helio Castroneves, hoping to be exciting tonight for the right reasons here in Texas.
You know, I think the driver that has the most pressure on him right now, obviously, is Sebastian Bourdais. He's on the pole. Now, Rusty, I know if I'm coming down to the end of the Daytona 500, I've got to go through the gearbox perfectly. Now, He's got the premier spot. The dude, Danny Lasowski, won this race from the pole. What do you think he's going through right now? You think everybody's giving him a ribbon? Man, you got to get through the gearbox. You got to do it all right.
Oh, they're talking like crazy about that, Kenny. And plus, I think he's got the catbird seat right now. First of all, these cars are run almost wide open around here. So in the first lap, he's going to run wide open around that outside, and I think he'll get that motor wound up better. And Kinzer could lead this first lap because of that just the momentum you carry off at turn 2.
Bourdais and Kinzer, the front row. 20 IROC races have been won from the pole. Only 7 have been won from the last starting spot. Here we go. Green flag.
Yeah, we had a great start for Kinzer here.
Wow.
He goes right to the bottom.
I wouldn't amaze me. I ever thought we'd have saw a red flag in that one for a restart. He really got a great start on that one.
And Rusty, that's a good point, because in the IROC series, they will redo a restart.
3 wide. Uh-oh, caution lights.
Yeah, we do have a restart. That was just a little too much of a jump there, Mike.
You can't beat the pole sitter to the start-finish line.
In the drivers' meeting, they said that, and I thought, wow, just like the short track days, you know, it's a do-over, because this is for $1 million, and it has to be fair. If they're equally prepared cars, Mike, they got to be equally prepared restarts, right?
Well, Kinzer's the guy. He's not liking this right now. I can guarantee you that.
No,
He's
he's like,
probably thinking, hey, what went wrong? It looked good to me.
Yeah, I got a good restart, man. What are you doing to me?
You see Kinzer's green car hanging back just a little bit.
On purpose.
And now he's on it.
And, you know, I think the situation there is, in the NASCAR series type drivers, you're told to go to a certain line on the right side of the wall. We have dual red lines, and when you get to that line, you know, NASCAR preaches nice restarts. Well, you know, Steve Kinzer, the winningest dirt track driver in sprint car history, he's used to quick restarts. And so he's getting himself a rolling restart. And when I was growing up with my brother Rusty, he was the king of restarts, weren't you?
Well, yeah, I tried to be. I would tell you right now, Kinzer, they're going to have a restart here, okay? So Kinzer's thinking, hey, let's go. If they restart this thing again, we'll restart it again, we'll try it again. But if I make it out front, they don't say anything. I'm looking good.
But, Mike, I don't know any rules. If he jumps it again, will they put him to the back?
They can. They do have the option of penalizing him to the rear of the field. He cannot beat Bourdais to the start-finish line. That's the rule.
Well, let's see what happens.
So here we go.
There may be a little leeway in there, but the idea is to have the front rows side by side.
Bourdais is not going to let this happen again, I wouldn't think.
Here we go, and Bourdais is on it.
Oh, yeah, that was
That's
perfect.
A great start. Busch is already after it. He's banging, he's bumping, he's already after it with Kinzer.
I think what Busch has got to be careful in that outside lane. He's got to be careful not to spin him out. He's got to hit him. Oh, they're both bump drafting.
In the corners, not just the straightaway.
Oh, 3 wide down the back straightaway into 3.
Scott Pruitt on the inside squeezes Bourdais out of the middle.
Now these guys got to get the good out of these new tires, Mike. They've got fresh stickers right now. I'd make my move quick, drive real aggressive, and then once these things start wearing, settle in.
Kinzer, Pruitt, Busch, and Bourdais, the front 4, as you watch Mark Martin come up through the field.
Wow, look at this, the 03. Castro Neves has got to know that he's there. It does a great job. There's a little mirror. The driver has a mirror on his left-hand side. Keeps him from chopping that driver down and taking everybody out.
What we didn't see is they were 3 wide. Castro Neves had it coming on both sides.
Rusty, that yellow car is trying to work the outside groove. I don't think that's going to work, do you?
Well, it doesn't look like it's working right now, Kenny. All the grip's on the bottom right now.
That is Bourdais. You're speaking to his 3rd.
A little bit of tire smoke there.
Guys, look at this. Mark Martins came halfway through the field already. He took advantage of that start and really got aggressive right off the bat.
Martin is 6th. Again, up high is Bourdais. And he's going to lose a spot here to Kenseth in purple. And maybe to Busch in red and white. Nope. Mark Martin underneath Kurt Busch has a look and a move.
You know, I really like this on board because you could hear Mark modulating the throttle. You would think, okay, he's wide open, but let's listen. Out of the gas, in the gas. Really feathering that throttle, Rusty.
Well, these guys can, like I said, they can almost run wide open. They're just part throttle back into it, part throttle back into it. And look at it, got a good bump draft going into turn 3 right there. Ooh, he shot right back. He didn't stay up there that time.
3 wide behind them. back at 9th place. Look at this. Truex on the inside of Castroneves and Hamilton.
Well, right now, they're either having fun while going in the outside of Martin Truex. That's a bold move right there.
I tell you, I knew when I ran this, you never wanted to be last. That was the most embarrassing thing. I said, there's 12 cars. They're all supposed to be prepared equal. I'm last. How could this possibly happen?
But I must say, I have seen Jeff Gordon, Rusty, run last a lot in the IROC series. We don't have him with us this year, but it can happen.
Well, I tell you, this IROC's amazing. I remember the year I won Daytona. I started dead last, Kenny, and going into turn 3, I took the lead. That's how much the draft got stirred up.
3 wide again at the start-finish line. Fighting for 9th place. Truex in black, Castroneves in that bright pink, and Hamilton way up high. Max Pappas is going to catch them.
And I don't know what it is about Bobby Hamilton. He loves riding high, wide, and handsome, but I don't know if he can afford to hang out here. Look at him. Look at the 4 car, the left side of your screen. Whoa!
Oh, trouble. Scott Pruitt goes around as at Daytona, and he had help. Everybody else scatters through the infield, and Pruitt's going to drive it away.
I think he's going to be okay, guys. I think he gets 4 fresh tires and goes again.
Now, I believe he got this left front fender a little bit. Did he or not?
Yeah, he did, Rusty.
So he's got a little damage there now.
And I think he's going to be pretty ticked off. As I said, he had help going around. Matt, how's that car look?
It doesn't look good cosmetically, but what looks even worse, Mike, as they're rolling the car through the pit box, there is water all over the pit box. He got the radiator.
Caution laps do not count in IROC, and there you see the left front damage.
Well, you know, everybody builds their cars differently, but you wouldn't think that that would have taken the radiator. But as close as the package is, trying to keep the radiators cool, just a little bump can really take that radiator and knock the welds loose, and that's what puts him out.
Roseville, California, Scott Pruitt started out as a go-kart star as Matt Kenseth gets into the back of him.
Yeah, Matt just got a little too tight right there. I mean, it looks like the old one might have been a little bit of trouble. Matt was catching pretty hard.
Close call for Mark Martin. Here's Bobby Hamilton.
Let me tell you guys, that's what you don't want to see going through that smoke.
Right now, the dude is thinking, am I going to be in this? He gets by, and he's thanking the heavens above.
The car to Lasowski's right, though, I'm a little concerned about, is there's the bump from Matt Kenseth to Scott Pruitt. Now look to the right of your screen where Kurt Busch catches.
He took out the cones.
The cones. Knocked them down. Don't know if that
And
did
they're
any
destroyed
damage.
now. They are in the grass. You see the damage done to Scott Pruitt's car. What a shame.
I'll tell you, for the dude to get down pit road not hitting anything, that was amazing.
Big move.
Here's Matt.
And Scott Pruitt's climbed from his car. Another early exit. Tell us about what happened.
I just got ran into from behind. We're halfway around between 3 and 4, and just a big hit from behind. You know, it's just discouraging because you come out here, we're having a little fun at it, and we're only 3 or 4 laps in. It's just stupid. Just really stupid. So I just hate it. You know, we had a good car. I thought it was going to have a good day here, and unfortunately it came up a bit short. So on to the next one.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, man.
Now, we talked about damage to Kurt Busch's car from hitting those cones as he took evasive action, and looks like it did get the nose pretty hard.
And, you know, they work really hard on the aerodynamics. Jay Signore and these guys, they do a lot of testing, so they want to get the aerodynamics back so he can be competitive.
How's it look, Matt?
Well, Mike, IROC has 2 pit crews. The second pit crew is working on Kurt Busch's IROC race car. Now, Rick Frank is leading this crew. They're trying to repair the front valence. They put a new valence on, and they're going to screw it in with a screw gun. Also, they're going to put duct tape all over the front to seal that seam, working on the aerodynamics for a former series champion.
Hey, Tom.
Well, the sad part about this is it didn't look like it had to happen.
Well, it doesn't. You know, and I have one comment that there's 13 hours of practice. They have been practicing at this racetrack since a week ago on Sunday. These guys are serious about this. They're not in one big old hoopla thinking, oh, we're champions, you know, we're happy to be here. They're here to win. They want to get to the checkered flag. So we started out with everybody kidding with each other. You know, Sebastian and Mark Martin, hey, we're buddies. Well, now they're not friends, and that's a shame.
So Scott Pruitt, who has a couple of IROC victories and has been in the series 8 times, is out of it here in Texas.
It's about talent.
He is out in front, and he wins it.
Sportsmanship.
Bobby Allison is shot in second.
And fame. Only the best earn the title Speed Channel Driver of the Year. This quarter's nominees are Craig Delansky, Carl Edwards, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Tony Kanaan, Steve Kinser, and Dan Weldon. Log on to speedtv.com now and cast your vote for Driver of the Quarter.
Performance and protection that goes and goes. For 5,000, 7,500, or 15,000 miles, introducing new high-endurance oils from Mobil. 3 new formulations that provide powerful, long-lasting protection of critical engine parts. For 5,000, 7,500, or 15,000 miles, guaranteed. New high-endurance oils from Mobil. The oil that's changing oil.
How much are you paying for internet service?
Some of the nice things about doing business with Hyundai of Everett, first of all, we don't have any second stickers. And we don't do the one-only advertising bit. So you're sure to find the car you're looking for. You gotta come see us.
Hi, I'm Gary McCall from Hyundai of Everett. Hey, the 2005 Elantra with standard features like electric windows, locks, air conditioning, all for $10,375. Plus, you get America's best warranty. That's the Hyundai advantage at Hyundai of Everett. You gotta come see us.
Why buy used when you can afford brand new at Hyundai of Everett?
Enjoy the quality programming you get from KCTS, Seattle's PBS station, on demand, exclusively from Comcast. Watch select KCTS and PBS shows such as KCTS Connects, Serious Money, and the News Hour with Jim Lehrer on your schedule. Plus, you can pause, fast forward, and rewind your selection at any time. It's TV your way, featuring more programming, choices, and control with on-demand television only from Comcast. Comcast, changing the way you watch TV.
California Speedway, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're under caution at 5 laps in round 2 of Crown Royal IROC 29, the 17 of Matt Kenseth. Getting into the back of Scott Pruitt.
Well, you want to comment on it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you want to say maybe Pruitt slowed up, but Rusty just got into it.
He just got aggressive. That was it. Trying to get that nose up underneath him and get that spot.
Front end damage to Kurt Busch, hitting the cones that at the end of pit road. You'll see Busch here. Splat.
Looks like one of those video games, you know, where if you hit the cones, you get extra points. But that's unreal.
Martin Truex has made a pit stop also under this caution. Steve Kinser, as the leader, gets choice of inside or outside lane.
And look who's all the way up front. Mark Martin, second row outside. This cat's been digging.
That's incredible. He wants that $1 million.
Green flag once again. Kenseth and his Nextel Cup teammate Mark Martin work the outside together. Kinser has Bourdais with him on the inside.
I will tell you, that is about as great as restart as you can get. As the announcer would say, 2 by 2. Now look at the dude going down to block that car. We're through. Oh, here we go.
No, 3 wide. That didn't work too well. Not for Matt.
Not for Matt. Matt's not liking that one, but hey. Uh-oh, here we go. Mark Martin was dead sideways, guys. I'll tell you what.
So it's Kinser back to second. Lasowski capitalizes for third. And Martin is fourth.
We're looking for a race, gang, but this might be survival of the fittest from what we're seeing here right now.
These cars have got so much downforce. They can make such incredible moves out there. It's just amazing. And I don't know if we can go back to a little bit, but Mark Martin just about lost it off that corner.
And you know what? Sebastian Bourdais, the guy that started on the pole that looked like he was going to go to the back, has now got the lead and looking pretty sporty.
And he's got a big lead But in IROC, when all those other cars gang up, is a big lead a good thing?
Well, at Daytona, it's definitely not. And I think it's all about getting through those corners. Now, Steve Kinzer, as you can see, the top left hand of your screen, we got, what do we call this, a juggernaut, Rusty? 3 wide?
Yeah, I tell you, 3 and 3 right now, Rick, that'll really slow you down, too. Those guys need to get separated, get lined back up so they can get those cars rolling.
That's Matt Kenseth. He was leading about a lap and a half.
We talk about this big lead. Look at off of turn 4 here. We got Kinzer just getting up in Bourdais, and there's no way Bourdais was going to get out there that far and pull out on him. Tires are too fresh right now, guys.
Castro Neves trying to get back there on the outside.
And here's Matt on the leader.
Mike, I spoke with one driver in today's field. He told me that in practice, if you look at how many laps these guys have logged, 2,708, he said the one driver that really impressed him was Sebastian Bourdais. He has quickly acclimated himself to this style racing with fenders, learning the different aerodynamics. And this driver told me it took him 25 hard laps in practice to finally work his way around Bourdais. He said you can't count him out for the race today. He wouldn't be surprised if he pulls off another first-time win.
He's been called the greatest driver to come out of France since Formula One champ Alain Prost.
And then, you know, this is what we were talking about at the start of the show. We don't have one NASCAR driver in the top 3. Sebastian Bourdais, Steve Kinzer, Danny the Dude Lasowski, and the Cup guys are beating and bagging about halfway through the field.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm still real impressed with how Mark Martin came through that field, and they're all riding right now. They've got separated out. They know they've got that stop with, what is it, 47 to go. That's when it's really going to happen. But these guys are jockeying for position right now.
Another look at the restart. Boom! Yep. Bourdais into Kinzer, into Kenseth. Kinzer into Martin.
Rusty, that's what you were talking about.
That's the move that I saw.
He was wrecked. He just didn't spin out.
So Sebastian Bourdais leads Steve Kinzer and Danny Lasowski, the 3 drivers in this field with perhaps the least stock car experience, lead it.
But once again, like we talked about, 13 hours of practice, guys. You know, they've been here since Sunday. They've been taking it dead serious. So who knows? This leader, Sebastian, he might have 1,000 laps around this racetrack.
Well, Matt might be able to find this out for us. Are these cars, do they have the tendency to get tight or get loose? Wonder what the drivers have been saying before the race started.
And I like listening to this onboard with Lasowski. Currently running 3rd. Let's listen to his throttle, Rusty. Maybe we can find out as we lay out here and listen to what he does with the throttle. Sounds to me like he just breathed a little bit getting in, Rusty.
Breathing a little bit. If anything, there might be a little snug on the exit of the turn. That's what it's looking like to me.
Wow, really let out a lot there. How Kinzer just hunts that high side, and he's probably putting more wheel into it. But what I've always heard, and you're a previous champion, do you really have to take care of your tires?
I think you got to take care of it because that's a total grip. You got to watch these tires, not put too much wheel into it, and just save them. Now, these guys got a lot of room, a lot of time left to go now. So I think they're real. If I was in there, I'd really want to know what my tires are going to do deep into run, getting ready for that last 47.
For the moment, 11 cars single file. Scott Pruitt in the garage as Sebastian Bourdais leads round 2 in Texas.
NASCAR Nation. We pledge allegiance
to the nation that gives us fast cars, tough competitors, and tight finishes. With heart-pounding racing for all.
NASCAR Nation. Monday through Thursday, 7 Eastern and Pacific, exclusively on Speed.
Is your dandruff on full blast? Turning people off? Garnier Fructis Fortifying Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Created with Marithion zinc, it blows dandruff flakes away. It's proven. The Garnier Fructis system makes hair up to 5 times stronger and so much shinier. So effective, no flakes, guaranteed. Kiss those flakes goodbye. For hair that shines with all its strength, Garnier Fructis Fortifying Anti-Dandruff Shampoo.
Garnier.
So you finally got that pickup truck. Too bad you didn't buy a Line-X spray-on bed liner. Linex's non-slip surface permanently seals out rust and corrosion.
Beautiful. Looks like you fellas need some help.
Linex. Serious protection, killer looks.
Are you nuts? What are you doing?
I just refinanced with Ditech.com and paid off my credit cards.
Cash out some equity or consolidate bills with a new first mortgage from Ditech.com. The total lender closing cost is just $395.
So, you like yours well done, huh?
Log on to Ditech.com or call 1-800-DITECH-1.
Sunday nights on Speed, step into the wind tunnel with Dave Despain. Tommy Kendall will be this week's co-host. Call in or email and let your opinion be heard. Sundays, 9 o'clock Eastern. Sebastian Bourdais out front at 15 laps. You watch Elio Castroneves at work in the 8th position. That battle has cooled down just a little bit, as there is Bourdais' lead, and it's a healthy one.
I think he's able to get this lead because of what you just seen just now. The 20 car Lasowski bump drafts. Kids are getting into the corner. They got all this dirty air going on, slipping and sliding. And Sebastian, your leader, he's got his head down. He's trying to make his corners just perfect.
Bobby Hamilton makes the pass on Matt Kenseth, whose car has been roughed up a little bit, Matt.
Mike, a lot of bumping and gouging by the 17 of Kansas. Now, in IROC, these drivers do not have their own spotter like they may have in their series where they come from. But IROC officials can talk to the drivers can talk to the IROC officials. Kenseth said his car is extremely tight. He's not sure if he knocked the toe out or possibly if the left front wicker may have been knocked off that car. He's asked the officials to look over the front of his car when they make that stop back on lap 47.
You remember about a dozen or 15 years ago when Dale Earnhardt was winning one of his 4 IROC championships, they put little stall strips in front of the front wheels on either side of the fender to open up a bigger hole in the wind, slow the cars aerodynamically. What does Earnhardt do in the first 2 laps of the race? Rubs off the right one, rubs off the left one. Didn't need that.
He was thinking, what? He didn't want his car slowed down.
But you know what always amazed me about Dale Earnhardt's talent, as we see it past Kurt Busch trying to get on the inside of Buddy Rice blocks him. Dale Earnhardt was just that good. He knew how to get that close to the wall and scrub it off.
Now, guys, I'll tell you what, I'm watching this. Kurt Busch's front end is running lower to the ground than the rest of these cars. He's got an accident. The front's coming down on it. Watch it in the corners. He's coming through the field.
Is that because of his wreck?
It's because of his wreck. This air dam is lower to the ground, obviously.
So running over all those cones bent the nose down to his benefit?
Well, it looks to me like I'm watching them through the corners, and I tell you, that air dam is definitely much lower. I think about an inch than the rest of these guys.
And so Dale Earnhardt years ago knocked his wicker strips off, and now we got Kurt Busch. Well, look at him go. You're right, Rusty. He is flying.
He is running around outside on the bottom, and I like to focus on that air dam real close and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I agree, Rusty. He's probably about an inch or 2 lower than everybody else.
Something has happened to that front. They did put a lot of tape on it. He looks like he's got the upper hand right now.
Well, you know, when he was doing all that wrecking, we're up here in the booth, and I'm looking down there. The very end of pit road, we have a big exit right there, and he hit something that launched that car about 2 feet in the air, and I think it knocked the nose down. Yeah, he can run anywhere he wants. He started dead last, and right now he's running 4th. Yeah, look how high the dude's nose is. Look at that.
You see this now? If you watch it come through, you can compare it to him, and he's definitely running lower, so that's an advantage. Hey, he didn't plan it, but he's got it, and I'd use it.
My gosh.
There you have it, sports fans.
And look at him turn down underneath people.
He's got the run on Lasowski. This is for 3rd. 21 laps complete. And Kurt Busch makes the pass.
Easily.
That's from dead last, right?
Yep, from dead last.
That's from dead last after the restart, yeah.
He had all that tape work done. He came in there, and the crew worked on it.
Now, I mean, it's just a rubber cone, but you hit that thing at 140 miles an hour, it's like concrete.
Well, I think the rubber cone had a lot to it, but once again, when he exited pit road in the grass, he hit the end of this pit road. I'm telling you, down by this O'Reilly and UPS sign that we'll see in a little bit, we'll point it out, and when he hit that, I think that's what knocked it down.
I think we're all guessing what's causing that car for that air dam to get on the ground a little bit lower, but it's visible. Yeah, I mean, you think you'd hit the cones, Kenny, he'd mess everything up, but he's definitely got the right front corner working a little better for him.
Here comes Castroneves on the outside of Mark Martin. This is for 5th place.
Look at his donut mark on the left rear corner. He's been racing.
Mark's got a tight race car, it looks like. He's just losing speed up off the corner right now.
Rusty, what makes Mark Martin so good in the NASCAR Busch Series and the IROC cars? It seems like when he doesn't have horsepower, he knows what to do. Do you think it's his talent with less horsepower?
Well, it seems as though that he's been so well in IROC with the less horsepower, so well in Busch with less horsepower. But first of all, you got to remember one thing above all, Ken, he's a really talented driver.
No doubt.
No doubt he's great out there. And I've often wondered, I don't think I've ever said this to him, but do you think he's only 130 pounds? That's got an advantage?
Yeah, you
I don't
never know.
He's so light.
Well,
that's something, but I think he's just a good driver, to tell you the truth.
Well, there's something to weight. I mean, that's why we got the new rule, you know, with NASCAR weighing the driver is. You're right. Here he comes, Rusty.
Kurt Busch dives under Steve Kinzer. He's going to take 2nd place.
Guys, he's just pulling that thing down and driving up underneath him.
Busch, the 2003 IROC champion, won 1 race that year. That was at Talladega.
Well, he's putting on a show, I can tell you that.
Field starting to spread just a bit, but Sebastian Bourdais continues to hold a 1-second lead on the new 2nd place car, Kurt Busch. Steve Kinzer is 3rd, Danny Lasowski, Buddy Rice, Elio Castroneves the first half of the field. 25 laps complete.
Monday, inside Nextel Cup, off the cuff.
Bump a guy and he don't wreck.
And totally off beat.
It's okay.
Then, NBS 24/7.
Time to go racing. Follow the 81.
NASCAR TV takes over, Monday beginning at 7, only on Speed.
Pacing is everything, especially when drinking. Crown Royal.
A breakthrough in disposables. Sensor 3 from Gillette. 3 blades on springs that adjust to your face. It's Gillette's best disposable shave. And coming soon, an incredible offer from Sensor 3.
Racing is about one thing, winning, where good becomes the enemy of great. So when I heard about the first ever multivitamin devoted to winning, I knew it was perfect for me. Win Fuel. It's all about winning.
Grip. Climbing ability. Handling. Traction. Great for animals. Even better for your car. The Subaru Outback with symmetrical all-wheel drive standard. It has better handling and cornering and even better fuel economy than a Ford Explorer. Think, feel, drive Subaru.
Now through May 2nd, get financing as low as 1.9% APR on all 2005 Subaru models.
It was very amusing. We had some very funny times. And I remember somebody saying to Bill Elliott one day, "So how'd he get on with Derek Bell, Bill?" He said, "If I could understand him, I'd be real happy."
Our special impression, of course, was with Kerry Yarborough because we had a nice story together. We had the race in Mid-Ohio, and I pushed him off the road, unfortunately, because the brakes on those cars were not as I was used to in my Porsche sports car. And I hit him in the back, I pushed him off the track, and it happened twice, unfortunately. I really regret this now, you know. And after the race, he was looking for me, and I was hiding on Bob Aiken's trailer, on the Porsche trailer, on top of the roof. Mechanics took all the letters away. She was saying, "Hans, come down, I want to get you, I want to get you." I was hiding on top of the truck. And of course, then we sorted the things out, and it was fine afterwards. But that was my best experience I have with Kerry Yarborough in these days.
Two of the greatest road racers ever, Derek Bell, Hans Stuck, among the IROC veterans. Brazilian Fittipaldi, Jeff Brabham from Australia, Martin Brundle from England have won IROC races. Sebastian Bourdais from France. Side by side at 5th place. Elio Castroneves trying to complete the pass on Buddy Rice and not having a lot of luck here. A couple of Indy 500 winners here. Side by side.
And while these two are side by side, Kurt Busch is now stalking the leader, Sebastian Bourdais. And it's turned into a race, gang.
30 laps complete. 17 before we have the competition yellow and pit stop, and then 20 laps to go on fresh tires.
This Bobby Hamilton right here, he amazes me the last 2 years. He has elected to race easily at the start, running high, thinking there's something wrong with his car. It's like, oh, what's wrong with Bobby Hamilton? He's out of the groove. I believe he does it on purpose because it worked for him at Daytona. He done it here on a handling racetrack, and now he's running very competitive as you see him passing Helio Castroneves.
He has come from 11th to 6th.
And he doesn't mind not being in spotlight. A matter of fact, he relishes not being a hero. What he wants is that $1 million.
What Kurt Busch wants is the lead.
Really close laps right there, 163 miles an hour. Well, if you've ever wanted to know how fast they're going, they're running 163 miles an hour. I think that's pretty quick, don't you, Rusty?
Well, I tell you what, it's pretty impressive. I tell you, the guy I'm really impressed with is Bourdais, though. He's really been smooth out there, Kenny. I mean, he's got a great car. He's got a big lead right now, but he's driving a car smart. He's kept himself out of trouble. And he's member Daytona. There's no doubt about that. He don't want to get that position again.
Now, with Kurt Busch getting closer to him, we both know, you know, unless he just gets a real good run on, his car should start pushing Kurt Busch's car, you know, with not getting the air. Now it looks like he might make a run at him.
Well, if Kurt can pull that thing out about a half a groove on the outside of Bourdais and get a little bite out there and get some fresh air to that right front corner of that car, it should keep it down, keep it turning.
The good thing for these two is running in tandem, they're pulling away from the field. And don't forget, when we have the competition yellow, there's bonus points for the number of laps led, which apply toward the final championship tally.
You know, that is an incredible point right there, because 5 points for the most laps led, 3 points for the second most laps led, 2 points for third most laps led. So let's not think that these guys are just running around. You know, at the end of the series, this could, you know, 1 or 2 points could mean $1 million.
And Bourdais needs the points. He started this race last in the standings. Matt?
Mike, these drivers are competing on the same exact tire they've raced with here at Texas 1 year ago, but the suspension is completely different. As Busch tries Bourdais on the outside, it's a much softer suspension, a little bit more like maybe a Bristol or Dover, how they built these cars, raising up a lot of the suspension components. As one test driver told me, compare it more like driving your pickup truck to a Cadillac. And Rusty and Kenny, the question is, do you feel like that could be the comfort level while you're seeing Bourdais and some of the more open wheel drivers running up front, 5 of the top 6?
Well, I think it's just these guys are used to running low to the ground. I really think it's got a lot to do with the way the car's handling too. Now, there's some of these fellows really, really tight. I'd say looking down there, Matt, the majority of these cars, these drivers complain about tight race cars. If it's last year's tire, like you said it is, these tires were pretty hard last year. And generally last year when the tires, they wouldn't wear much, but when that fuel load would burn off, they'd go to really pushing hard.
Now, Rusty, we saw Busch make a challenge on the outside of Bourdais. He could not complete the pass, and as he went off into turn 2, we saw sparks under Busch's car. And now, yellow flag. At 36 laps, caution is out. Danny Lasowski may have bounced off the wall at turn number 2, and we're being told that is the reason for the caution.
Well, these cars have got heavy-duty fiberglass bodies, and what I mean by heavy-duty, they're not a thin fiberglass, and they will chunk off. And Rusty, they'll blow a tire out, so I mean it's good we threw the caution. You blow a right front tire here, you know you're in the wall.
Well, yeah, they got the capability to do that. There's no reason running them here, and better be safe and sorry. Now, see, that's not much of a hit, though. I wouldn't have thought they'd throw the caution for that right there, Mike.
No, I'm a little surprised. We saw a little bit of debris bouncing down the back straightaway there.
Okay, so
that's it.
That's really
we've got debris.
And it wasn't Sebastian debris or Jacques debris or the other
Claude debris,
Pierre debris, the other French driver.
Look
right.
there, he's getting his lap back.
I'm kidding, folks.
I know. We all know. No, what is he? I guess he's coming in here to get his toe checked.
If I was him, I'd drive down that grass and hit that big bump and try to bend that right front apron like and go back around.
All right, Matt, the dudes on pit road in front of you.
Well, Danny's going to pull it down to a stop. Cosmetic damage on the right side. Lasowski told the IROC officials he got into the fence, got into the wall. They're going to clean off the grill. Also, Mark Martin hits pit road. He's waving frantically to IROC officials. He is having them point to the right front. Meanwhile, Kenseth is also in. IROC officials looking at the left front corner to see if there's any damage there that he got into, that could be causing the tight condition, as IROC officials are looking over all three of these cars. Jay Signori, IROC president, looking at the right front of Mark Martin.
Yeah, I think he just gave Mark some bad news. It looks okay.
Oh, well, Mark got into it.
They're raising the hood, Mike, on the 6.
Okay. That is not good news.
Well, this is incredible enthusiasm by Mark Martin. You see him feverishly. I mean, he's taking it very seriously. Remember, this is $1 million. He wants to win this race.
When we come back, we'll find out what the story is on Mark Martin's IROC Racer. Caution is out at 36 laps.
NASCAR Nation.
We pledge allegiance to the nation that gives us fast cars, tough competitors, and tight finishes. With heart-pounding racing for all.
NASCAR Nation. Monday through Thursday, 7 Eastern and Pacific, exclusively on Speed.
There he is.
The new Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. Just try and go unnoticed.
At AutoZone, I can find the right part. AutoZone, for the parts you need to do the job right.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Announcing the new DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum.
More furniture for less at more.
More than you've ever seen before. More than any other store. You can make your house a home at More.
More furniture, more style for less.
Oh, our selection's the very best.
More furniture, more style for less.
And more.
Now open on South 180th across from IKEA.
April 23rd and 24th, Bucky's Muffler Radiator and Brake Centers presents the NHRA Northwest National Open at Pacific Raceways Race Park in Kent. For your Thunder 270-mile-an-hour nitro dragsters. For your Smoke, the best in the West and fiberglass floppers. For your Fire, unreal 280-mile-an-hour fire-breathing jet funny car. And you can rock out with the Blues Brothers live on stage. That's not enough. All ladies admitted free on Saturday. Bucky's Muffler Brake and Radiator Centers, NHRA Northwest National Open at Pacific Raceways in Kent. The gates open at 8 a.m. Saturday and Sunday.
Sundays with NASCAR This Morning. All the news and last-minute live updates from Texas Motor Speedway. Before the green flag waves, don't miss NASCAR This Morning. Sunday at 11 Eastern here on Speed. Caution is out for Danny Lasowski, who scraped the wall in turn 2. Debris on the racetrack put the caution out. Matt Kenseth and Mark Martin are also in as they try to realign Lasowski's car. And what's wrong with Mark Martin's?
You know, I really think, Rusty, you know, at the start, everybody was really close, okay? Now everybody's beats and bangs and everybody's separated. I mean, what do you think? Are all the toe ends knocked out of 3 of these cars?
Well, no, I think some of it might be that, Kenny, but the cars are just getting tight. And a lot of guys are getting tight. A couple of them have hit the wall. A couple of them can't understand why their car's so tight. Maybe me touching that wall caused it. I'm going to come down and get my car looked at.
And it's just not any driver. I mean, it's the legendary Mark Martin. If he's tight, then he's got a problem.
I didn't see any tire changes, but the rule provides that if you need tires at 35 laps into the race, they put a tire on your car that has 35 laps of practice on it, so you gain no advantage.
Performance and protection that goes and goes. For 5,000, 7,500, or 15,000 miles, introducing new high-endurance oils from Mobil. 3 new formulations that provide powerful, long-lasting protection of critical engine parts. For 5,000, 7,500, or 15,000 miles, guaranteed. New high-endurance oils from Mobil. The oil that's changing oil.
Loctite Power Grab grabs instantly, with 9 times higher initial hold than the leading brand. Without bracing and without hammering. Loctite Power Grab. Project solved.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SUV Championships.
Anybody can ride an SUV. Not everybody rides it right.
Pushing it too hard.
Without respect for what they're capable of, it's easy to see why a lot of riders take the role. SUVs are big and powerful. And on top of one, you can feel almost invincible.
Easy now, big fella.
Keeping your SUV in off course.
Look at that control.
That's the idea, right?
Inside every bag of Scott's Pure Premium Grass Seed is a Scott's Pure Premium Lawn. Thicker, stronger, not a weed in sight. Because Scott's Pure Premium is seed that's pure. So pure, we guarantee a weed-free lawn. Other brands can have thousands of weed seeds in every bag that can ruin your lawn. The choice is simple, pure and simple. Scott's Pure Premium Grass Seed for a Scott's Pure Premium lawn.
Only green flag laps count in IROC, so we still have 36 complete, 11 to go to the mandatory caution. Fresh tires for the 20-lap run to the finish. Bourdais remains the leader. Kurt Busch will line up on the outside of the front row for this double file restart. Steve Kinser, Buddy Rice, row 2. Castroneves, Hamilton, row 3. Then Lasowski, Truex, Martin, Kenseth, Pappas. As we get set to go, 11 of 12 cars. Scott Pruitt in the garage. Matt?
Mike, an update of Martin and Kenseth. Now they had slight damage to the tuck rods, which adjust the front fenders. Lasowski took on tires and they checked the toe. You could see the damage. He had like a Darlington stripe on the right side that he got here at Texas.
Can Bourdais hold off Kurt Busch again?
We'll see. Busch got a good start here.
Whoa. Kinser about spins out. Oh, I think he might have a flat, Rusty.
Yeah, he does, Kenny. Something's wrong there. He's either got a lot of rubber buildup or he's definitely got a flat. Yeah, it looks like rubber buildup, doesn't it?
As Buddy Rice caught in the middle. Yeah, I think Kinser was really going through the gears and spinning the tires. Hard to believe you can spin the tires, but you can on the restarts.
New leader, Kurt Busch.
I'll tell you, it's hard to know where to watch right now. There is so much going on as Kurt Busch gets out in the lead, and I think he's going to run away. Look at him. They're beating and banging for 7th or 8th.
Yeah, Buddy Rice tried to squeeze Martin Truex down to the grass, and Truex in the number 8 falls in line. Hamilton sparking from the right rear.
Rusty, what is the deal with his outside lane there? What do you think he's doing?
I just think he's trying to keep it wound up, Kenny, right now. I really do. It's all how the car handles. If this car's running a little bit loose, he's going to keep it on the top side of the track.
3 cars in a wad right here. Lasowski, Kenseth, and Martin.
Mike, there's some of these cars that have got the front air dams knocked in. The wider those front fenders are, the more downforce they got. Some of them hit the wall and lost that right front fender and it's causing these cars to push.
Good battle here, and a better one for 3rd place, where Steve Kinser has his hands full and a lot of contenders. Whoa! Who hit the wall?
I've seen that.
Looks like Kinser to me.
Yep, and Bobby Hamilton on that outside lane is still making moves.
But Buddy Rice snuck underneath in the 15 to take the spot. Truex now trying to fend off the number 4 of Hamilton.
It's like, what do we talk about at the moment? My gosh, what a race.
Mark Martin really has to breathe it as Lasowski climbs the hill.
The dude, number 20, trying to get down and block Kinser. Now, Kinser slides up here. Mark Martin having to get out of the throttle. Every opportunity for Mark to spin Kinser out, but whoa, here we go again. Now he's going to bump draft him.
Now he's swatting hornets. He's got Martin and Kenseth all over him.
Mark says, I've got to get by him, and finally does it. And, you know, there's no radios in here, so he's able to make that move because he's got that mirror on the left-hand side of the driver. He looks in the mirror and he goes, okay, I'm clear. He clears himself and makes a bold move.
I tell you, it looks like Kinser's car's really loose. I thought he was tight, but he is. That rear end is just dangling all over the place there.
Well, Rusty, do you think he's got a slow leak in the left rear, maybe?
He could have. He could have a tire going down causing it. It doesn't look like it right now, Kenny. Or could have got the track bar knocked sideways on it or something, causing the handling to do that. But it's definitely not looking tight.
Well, he was loose on the restart, as you see that green fender scoot on the outside of the last place car right there, Kinser. He was loose on the restart going through the gears, then finally ran it right in the wall.
Meanwhile, up front, Sebastian Bourdais is not letting Kurt Busch drive away.
Well, the tire pressures are up right now. The cars are back up to temperature. They're starting to spread back out. But I tell you, they got the good out of those cool tires for about the first 3 or 4 laps. Those guys were looking very aggressive out there.
42 laps complete. We're coming up on the IROC pit stop. Kurt Busch leads Sebastian Bourdais, Buddy Rice, Bobby Hamilton, and Lasowski Truex.
The Castrol Engine Block, Saturday and Sunday mornings beginning at 7 Eastern, only on Speed. On this show, everyone's got an opinion.
Why would anybody want that?
Wind Tunnel with Dave Despain, Sunday nights, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, only on Speed.
No.
Every team gets the same engine. So what makes the difference?
Drive fast. Really fast.
Driver motivation. Now that's moving you forward.
How much are you paying for internet service?
No, the place isn't on fire, and we're not going out of business. However, the following prices will indicate that somebody has gone a little sideways at Speedway Chevrolet. An 05 Aveo for $7,700. A new Colorado for $11,700. Compare this deal anywhere. A new Silverado 1500 pickup for $12,500. Go ahead, shop and compare. We're confident you'll buy from us. Speedway has hundreds of new and used vehicles to choose from, and you'll always have a lifetime loaner. Save thousands at Speedway Chevrolet in Monroe, where the only thing lower than the price is the pressure.
VH1 Save the Music Concert from the legendary Beacon Theater in New York City. With performances by Alicia Keys, Mariah Carey, John Legend, Rod Stewart, Joss Stone, Donna Summer, Rob Thomas, and more. One night only. The biggest names and the brightest stars band together in a concert to benefit the VH1 Save the Music Foundation. VH1 Save the Music Concert from New York City. Premieres Sunday, April 17th at 9, 8 Central. Only on VH1.
Out front, he's got a little breathing room now because Sebastian Bourdais has been caught by Buddy Rice and Bobby Hamilton.
And if any of the Cup drivers or Busch drivers, which is one of me, if we're concerned of no rubber on the outside, no fear, because Bobby Hamilton is putting it down for Saturday and Sunday's race. This guy has shown everybody as he passes Buddy Rice on the outside that there is room to do some racing on the outside. This is incredible. I've been watching it the whole race, and he's finally making it work.
This track is a great track. You know, once you get 100 laps into the race, Kenny, using the Busch race or the Cup cars, I mean, they really get running 2 and 3 wide down there in turn 3 and 4 here at Texas. The top groove at Texas is really in the race the place to pass.
And there's Lasowski trying to, in the wall, the leader, Kurt Busch, pounded the wall. He must have cut down a tire because he just launched into that concrete and hit it hard.
And I'm going to tell you, that's no easy hit. Certainly he's okay, as you see the car sparking right now, but that was a pretty hard hit. And thankfully, they got that Hans device on because he was late getting his Hans device. He's thanking himself right now for demanding he puts the Hans device on before the race.
Rusty, he hit hard.
He did hit hard. I'm really interested to see this replay here because I believe this front end getting knocked down in that wreck has either caused the excessive camber to get in the car or something to mess up the handling, and he's paying for it right now because of that.
And you know, although you don't see this incredible amount of damage, that wheel right there, that took a lot of that hit. So you're expecting us to say, you know, the car's demolished, but the wheel took everything.
Here's what happened, turn 2. See sparks trailing from Busch's car.
Yeah, he just lost the tire, and that was it. That's the worst feeling in the world, boy. I tell you what, to have that right front tire coming on the exit. Oh my gosh, that wall gets to you in a hurry.
He hit the safer barrier, not the concrete. Thank goodness.
He's mad.
He's mad. He's beating on the dashboard.
That was Kurt Busch beating and banging on the dashboard. Once again, you know, it's all fun before this starts. That's his girlfriend.
I'm tired of hitting the wall, he says. Now, that's just frustration. He was running so good. He thought he had this thing.
Well,
and,
2 weeks in a row in Cup, he's been in the wall or head-on into. It's been a tough time for Kurt Busch.
You know, we've seen the Hans of Ice that we were talking about, and I think it says it there that he's tired of hitting the wall.
It is pit stop time for the Crown Royal IROC drivers. Be right back.
Monday, inside Nextel Cup, off the cuff.
Bump a guy and he don't wreck.
And totally off beat.
It's okay.
Then, NBS 24/7.
Time to go racing. Follow the 81.
NASCAR TV takes over, Monday beginning at 7, only on Speed.
Grip. Climbing ability. Handling. Traction. Great for animals, even better for your car. The Subaru Outback with symmetrical all-wheel drive standard. It has better handling and cornering and even better fuel economy than a Ford Explorer. Think, feel, drive Subaru.
Now through May 2nd, get financing as low as 1.9% APR on all 2005 Subaru models.
A breakthrough in disposables. Sensor 3 from Gillette. 3 blades on springs that adjust to your face. It's Gillette's best disposable shave. And coming soon, an incredible offer from Sensor 3.
Fast drivers in fast cars driving on the best tracks in America all understand racing is a contact sport. That's why the SCCA Speed World Challenge has made Toyo tires their tire of choice. Toyo tires provide you with the ultimate grip so that the only thing out of control will be your adrenaline. Because at Toyo Tires, we are driven to perform.
Enter the Speed World Challenge Toyo Tires Driven to Perform sweepstakes. Watch Speed GT at Road Atlanta for a shot at a trip to Laguna Seca, a set of Toyo Tires, or a Speed World Challenge hat. Log on to speedtv.com for details. Sunday, 1 Eastern, only on Speed.
It's about talent, sportsmanship, and fame. Speed Channel Driver of the Year. Only the best earn the title. Log on to speedtv.com now and cast your vote for Driver of the Quarter.
Coverage of the Crown Royal IROC Series from Texas, presented by Crown Royal. Be a champion, drink responsibly. Here's Matt.
Kurt Busch has climbed from his car. I know you're disappointed, but first off, that's a very hard hit. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think this is 4 weeks in a row. You know, you get help from the 24, and then you blow a tire at Atlanta, and just one thing after the next. I can't shake this deal. I don't know why it blew out. You know, I've yet to look at the front of the car to see what that aerial thing did. It just was real draggy down the straightaway, but the car was okay. I'm really confused. You know, it's tiring hitting the wall this many weeks in a row.
Well, if you look back to last year, Mike Joy, Matt Kenseth had a disastrous race here at Texas, went on to win the next two and take home the series championship.
Well, Rusty, let's see on the first caution, what happened to Kurt Busch's front end?
Well, the first caution, Mike, he came down through the grass right here, and as the camera pans across, he hit a culvert. He hit this culvert here. It bent the suspension up. The front end was riding real low to the ground, had excessive camber, and that's what blew it out.
Sebastian Bourdais back up front, but they're 3 wide for second. Buddy Rice inside Bobby Hamilton with Martin Truex on the outside. Now Lasowski on the inside for third, as Hamilton and Truex may have made a little contact.
And right now, everybody has brand new tires on. Everybody's fresh. So this is showtime. Here we go. Mark Martin on the inside of Max Pappas.
A little bump and run there.
Mark knows it's time to go, and he's going.
These guys are hammered down. They're wide open. They're not feathering the throttle. They're just getting all they can.
Bobby Hamilton continues to work that high side, but he has slid to 5th.
But I think Bobby has got to have old tires to make that outside work the way he wants to. I think new tires, it's faster on the bottom.
Well, 20 laps to go, Kenny. I mean, these guys have got such good rubber on these cars right now. Working the top side to save the tires and things like that, keep your momentum up. I don't think that's going to work right now.
Did you just see that?
I did.
That was out of hand. These guys, that was for last spot.
Kinzer, Truex, and Castroneves.
And Castroneves lost so much speed, he's almost lost, if there is any drafter, which there is with these cars, he's lost it. Look at old Max Pappas.
Look at Mark Martin come down the back straightaway now. He's just about to pass for third here.
I'm going to tell you, Mark Martin is incredible, Rusty. He's going into third.
Martin has won 1 of the 8 Cup races here and 3 of the 4 Busch races in which he's driven here.
And for him to make his way on the inside of Matt Kenseth right here, now we're not done. They're 2 by 2.
Hamilton outside, Lasowski and Orange inside. 4 cars under a blanket. Here's Matt.
And Mike, they're also battling for bonus points after the 5th consecutive green flag lap. First through third will pick up 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point. Last year in the season finale, we saw how important every single point and bonus point is here in IROC.
And you know what, Matty, you're right, because although Matt Kenseth finished 4th at Daytona, he is 2nd in the points because of those bonus points that he had. He led the most laps at Daytona, and so he is 2nd in the points. You're right, that's what these guys are fighting for right now.
Kenseth went after Buddy Rice in the 15, but had to lift. Here comes Martin on the inside. Mark Martin pulling Danny Lasowski. Whoa, he and Kenseth get together.
I think Mark Martin just sent a little message there to Matt Kenseth. His Cup teammate said, "Here I come." It's kind of like Eldora, the dirt track right now. If you lift, you load, you're going home. These guys are digging.
And they are 3 wide at 7th spot. Kenseth slices to the bottom.
And that's that draft, Rusty, don't you think?
At the very end, that's where they get the big draft at the very end of the back straightaway where you get the most momentum.
Sebastian Bourdais got the 3 bonus points. Buddy Rice 2, Mark Martin 1.
Well, guys, I don't know, but I'm liking the way Bourdais looking right now. He's got a good lead right there, and if I was him, I'd just have a huge rear mirror right now.
Bourdais has clinched the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps in this race.
And that's huge, because that could be the difference of Mark Martin or Matt Kenseth, you know, whether who can take the point lead into the next race.
5 days ago, Bourdais won the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach in his champ car, and he's trying to back it up with an IROC win here, a win that few would have predicted.
That time, Rusty, I heard Mark Martin's throttle wide open. It didn't lift that time. I think the sun is going down. Here's Bobby Hamilton making a bold move on Max Pappas. But the sun's going down. I bet the track temperature is much cooler, and now they can hold them wide open.
Well, I'd say you're probably right. I see overcast over the whole racetrack right now.
14 laps to go, Matt.
Mike, when they dropped the green flag, the track temperature was 97 degrees. It is now 82.
That's a huge difference.
Castroneves is going to get the award for most cars passed today, both, I think, coming and going. Here he is side by side again, this time with Lasowski.
Got a high grip working for Martin Truex. He has really a lot of grip off of turn 4 there.
And he's made up a lot of ground. 6 laps ago, he was back in that fight for 9th place, 3 wide.
And I'm going to tell you what, he snuck up at Daytona, and he finished 2nd at Daytona. Remember, he is 3rd in the points. Once again, although he finished 2nd at Daytona, he is 3rd in the points because Matt Kenseth got those bonus points for leading the most laps at Daytona.
Sebastian Bourdais leads Buddy Rice, Martin Truex, and Mark Martin.
standard 1-year OnStar service, available satellite navigation, and rear DVD, the Chevy Trailblazer is technology to go. Chevy Trailblazer, an American revolution.
Parts, give me parts. At AutoZone, I can find the right part. Parts, give me parts.
AutoZone, for the parts you need to do the job right.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hey, how often should you change your car's oil? Hi, I'm Ron Ananian, the Car Doctor. This is a Castrol Car Care Minute. Most vehicle manufacturers today are recommending longer oil drain intervals than ever before. They're doing this anticipating that you're operating your vehicle under normal operating conditions. But for most people, that's simply not the case. Most vehicles are driven under severe operating conditions, highway speeds, idling in traffic, the short trip to the corner store for that quart of milk. If you do that with your vehicle, you need to change your oil every 3 months or 3,000 miles. The answer is mathematical as much as it is mechanical. The bottom line is, would you like to change your engine or just change your oil? I'm Ron Ananian, the Car Doctor. This has been a Castrol Car Care Minute.
You are so beautiful, huh? And now Power E-Trade Pro is just $6.99 to $9.99 per trade. So be in love. At E-Trade Financial, we keep challenging the ordinary to help investors be extraordinary.
Sebastian Bourdais has a new shadow. It is Mark Martin. Martin Truex helped Mark Martin draft up alongside of Buddy Rice. Martin cleared Rice and took off. Truex could not and is now fourth. Want to welcome our servicemen and women watching on American Forces Network. We're proud to bring you this run to the checkered flag. And just want you to know we're proud of your service to our country. 4 laps to go. Right now, Sebastian Bourdais trying to hold off IROC's all-time winner and win his first IROC event. Bourdais started first, Mark started last. Here they are, 1-2.
You know, this is shaping up for a most incredible finish because Buddy Rice, although you see Matt Kenseth passing Max Pepis, Buddy Rice is closing in on Mark Martin. When Mark Martin won the race at Daytona, thinking it might be his last year in IROC, he said, I was so excited, I wanted to do a backflip like my teammate Carl Edwards, but he said I was too old. Well, he probably feels like a 16-year-old right now.
Needed Truex to help him get past Buddy Rice. Is he going to need Buddy Rice to help him get past Bourdais?
Absolutely. He's going to need Buddy Rice. Right now, he's up there going, come on, get to my rear bumper so they both can get that momentum and make that pass. Because I think we got enough time. We got 2 or 3 laps here, and it could happen. But he needs to get him right on his rear bumper.
Last season, 3 of the 4 IROC races were won by drivers competing in the series for the first time. Kenseth won 2, and Ryan Newman won Daytona.
And I will tell you what's really interesting about this right now. You see the fight for the lead, but lurking in 4th spot is a surprise. Martin Truex in his first year, he can come out of here 2nd in the points if he keeps his pace up.
The last open-wheel driver to score an IROC win, Buddy Lazier at Chicago, July of '02. 1 to go.
Rusty, what do you think Mark can do?
I think Mark's going, come on, Rice, get to my tail. Mark's working outside. He's probably going to try to pull it down, get some momentum. That's all he can do. He's got to get to his tail. He's got to have Rice on the backside of him.
1 car length separate the 2 as they head for turn 3, and Bourdais been able to keep his car on the bottom.
And he didn't lead the whole race. He's earned this right now. He's earned what he's doing.
He's drove a really smart race, Kenny. Bourdais done a great job keeping it real smooth, staying out of trouble.
IROC rookie Sebastian Bourdais scores in Texas.
What an incredible victory. You know, Sebastian, at the start of the race, he got kicked back about the 6th or 7th spot, and he earned his way up into the front.
He came in here today with 3 laps of IROC race experience, and he has held off the series all-time winner, Mark Martin. You like surprises? There's a great one.
Inside every bag of Scott's Pure Premium Grass Seed is a Scott's Pure Premium Lawn. Thicker, stronger, not a weed in sight. Because Scott's Pure Premium is seed that's pure. So pure, we guarantee a weed-free lawn. Other brands can have thousands of weed seeds in every bag that can ruin your lawn. The choice is simple, pure and simple. Scott's Pure Premium Grass Seed for a Scott's Pure Premium lawn.
Every day, Progressive does something that's, well...
Once upon a time, a girl had a secret playmate
who lived in a castle in cyberspace.
And they downloaded megabyte after megabyte,
which took a gig and half a memory.
By age 12, too many girls lose interest in math and science and their chance at most future jobs. Keep her interest alive. For ideas, go to girlsgotech.org.
For more information from your on-demand menu, choose Spotlight, then Comcast Cares. Comcast, focused on community.
Hey, Sonics fans, want even more Sonics action? Comcast has everything you want. Catch all 71 Sonics games live on FSN and get even more NBA action on NBA TV. Miss the game? Watch it on demand with Comcast Digital Cable. Rewind, pause, or fast forward any part of the game. With On Demand, you'll never miss a minute of the action again. Plus, go behind the scenes with host Brian Davis for FSN's Sonics All Access weekly show. Get all the Sonics action you want, brought to you by FSN and Comcast.
History, there's a first-time winner, second straight year here in Texas, and Sebastian Bourdais, the fourth foreign-born driver to win here in IROC, has burned down those good years, and you also picked up a passenger on the way. Most drivers, Sebastian, dream about even coming to this series, let alone winning. What does this mean?
It's a great feeling. I didn't know what to expect the first time when I jumped in this car, and thanks for everybody to come here tonight. I think it was a great race. At least for me it was. And thanks for Crown Royal and the IROC organization to give me this chance to show up here.
You said you learned so much at Daytona and here practicing. What were you thinking when you saw Mark Martin, the series all-time win leader, pull up in your mirror?
Well, I knew it was going to be a tough fight, and I was ready for it. But, man, it was tough. They all tried really hard, and I had really to keep it low. At the end of the first stint, it was really difficult. We lost kind of the grip on the front, and I was really struggling to keep it low. Kurt ran around, and for some reason blew a tire, I think. It's just this kind of races where it's for you.
Can you say I'm so happy in French?
Je suis super content, les parents doivent regarder la télé!
That says it all. A wonderful win for Sebastian Bourdais. And he holds off Mark Martin to go to IROC victory lane. Buddy Rice, a hard-fought third. Martin Truex, who helped propel Martin into the second spot, ends up fourth. Bobby Hamilton worked the high side for fifth. Mad Max Pappas, rewarded with a sixth-place finish. Lasowski, last year's winner here. Kinzer, Kenseth, Castor Nevis, Kurt Busch, and Scott Pruitt ended up in the garage. Let's go back to Matt.
And to win an IROC is big, and to have the all-time win leader come into victory lane, what a race, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, Sebastian did a fabulous job, and we got our car messed up, the front end messed up, and struggled along there, and I'm tickled to death to get back where I did. I thought I was going to, go ahead and be able to race him for it, but he was fast and did just a perfect job. He made no mistakes, and, we kind of got there and stalled out.
But a great job by you to bounce back after that early deficit.
Well, I was lucky.
Thanks, Mark.
He might have been lucky, but he was good to get there. Sebastian Bourdais burned down the house and moves from last to second in the Crown Royal IROC point standings.
Georgia Boot. All kinds of styles made for the great outdoors. No matter what you do, you can get it done in Georgia.
performance and protection that goes and goes. For 5,000, 7,500, or 15,000 miles, introducing new high-endurance oils from Mobil. 3 new formulations that provide powerful, long-lasting protection of critical engine parts for 5,000, 7,500, or 15,000 miles, guaranteed. New high-endurance oils from Mobil, the oil that's changing oil.
Coverage of the Crown Royal IROC Series from Texas Motor Speedway is presented by Crown Royal. Be a champion. Drink responsibly. Max Pappas hitched a ride to victory lane. Maybe could have helped push if those tires had lost all their air, but getting the Lone Star Trophy, Sebastian Bourdais. At a track that seems to reward first-time winners. Bourdais in IROC today, Danny Lasowski in IROC last year. Jeff Burton got his first Cup win here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. got his first Busch win and his first Cup win here. Rusty, what is about this place that rewards first-timers?
I don't know what it is, but it's good, no doubt about that. The kid drove a good race tonight. He was real smooth out there, didn't get anybody. And I tell you what, he's excited. You know, some of these races I've won before, you get the trophy and they say, I'll ship it home. I guarantee that cat's going to carry it home in his lap tonight.
Yeah.
He started this race out running well up the groove, but once he found the bottom, he stayed there.
Well, his car was real happy on the bottom of the racetrack, and he wasn't going to move off it. The only way he was going to move it off it unless he needed to go up top, block somebody. But the bottom was a groove for Bourdais tonight.
For Kurt Busch, Kenny, driving through the infield grass, at first it looked like a benefit. Got the nose down. Turned out to be a burden.
And you know what I really liked is working with my brother Rusty, and I thought, well, how's he going to do? But it was Rusty that pointed it out right away that there was something special going on with Kurt Busch's car. Lo and behold, our spotter said he hit the drainage gate. And Rusty, you were able to explain why Kurt Busch was so fast.
Well, he hit that drainage gate, and when he hit that, he's out there running. He started going right to the front of the field. I said, wait a minute, this car's running lower to the ground. I saw the car running really low to the ground. Speed's picking up. All of a sudden, the camber's in the right front because the car's down. It blows the right front. I'm like, okay, I bet he blistered the inside edge of that tire. And so I'll be son of a gun if we didn't check it out. And we lost the inside edge of that right front tire. And Kurt's probably thinking, why do I keep hitting the wall? Well, let me tell you, this wasn't his doing.
Well, we've got a great group. Thanks to Jeff Probst for pointing that out on the drainage gate, and for Don Stoller for getting the shot of the tire to confirm it. We move to Richmond for round number 3. IROC short track racing, Thursday, September 8th. What a great day for Frenchman Sebastian Bourdais.
And you know, Richmond is a much smaller track, Mike, and I think we're going to see more of that than we've seen right here.
As usual, expect the unexpected in the Crown Royal IROC Series. For Rusty Wallace, Kenny Wallace, and Matt Yoakum, I'm Mike Joy, congratulating Sebastian Bourdais, yet another first-time IROC winner.
Look, I'm an educated